Hey y'all, so today I am out in the rabbit barn because I want to talk to you about a few things we have going on out here. First off, I want to show you the difference in two of our litters because the difference is crazy. And then I also want to talk about our plans as far as breeding because it's really about to be too hot here to breed rabbits. So Kate's babies are about 5 weeks old, and they are right on track for how large I like them to be. Now, the next litter is another litter that is pretty much right on track. These are both litters that are from moms that are good production does. They're large, they are really good moms. They are the kind of does that I would buy, which I did, to breed. The next doe and litter that I have here is Alice. Excuse me. Her babies are about a week younger than Kate's, but they are similar in size. They're really starting to put on the weight now that they've started eating rabbit food, the pellets. Alice is an amazing mom. She's only lost one from this litter. I think she lost 2 the litter before, but was kind of weird circumstances. Anyways, she's great. Love her. She's very large. She has very large babies. They grow fast. Same thing with Kate. Now, the next one I'm going to show you is not what I would recommend for having as a meat rabbit because she just doesn't produce well. Normally, I would cull her, meaning either we put her in the freezer or we would sell her. But because she's such a good mom, she's been allowed to stay on our farm. The doe that I'm talking about, of course, is Miss Allie. If you don't remember, or if you weren't here for it, she fostered babies from a different litter. They were not hers. Not this go around, but the last time we bred her. And she's just been amazing. However, she just has really small babies. These guys are 4 days younger than Alice's litter. That size difference is exactly why you have to be careful when you are getting into breeding meat rabbits. You can end up with does that produce really small babies. Allie herself is not tiny. She is smaller than our other does, but she's not teeny tiny. And we bred her to Elliot, which is our biggest buck, and we still ended up with itty bitty babies who are slow growing. Just so that you can get a little bit better picture of their size difference, I'm gonna show you Allie and Alice's babies next to each other. Mind you, these litters are only 4 days apart. That is a massive difference and has everything to do with genetics. So if you're thinking about getting into meat rabbits and you want to know how to choose the best breeders, I actually did a video on that already. I plan on doing another one a little bit more in depth, but that is a great starting place for knowing the questions you need to ask when you go see breeders and just give you an idea of where your mindset should be when you're trying to look at the animals. So the next thing is that we live down in the south and it gets very hot here in the summer. Last summer, I think the heat index got up to like 115 degrees. Like, it was hot. And rabbits don't do great in the heat. One of the very best things you can do is have water all the time for your rabbits, as well as shade. A good bonus to those is having airflow. We don't have sides up on our barn, so there's lots of natural wind. We're also going to install some fans because they need to be able to cool off even more than what the wind may be able to help provide. Another thing you can do is add tile to their cages. They're cool and that allows them to lay on it, like on their bellies, and helps them regulate their body temperature a little better. Something you don't want to do is add mist. It actually gets too humid and it can cause all kinds of problems, mostly one of the big ones being overheating. So avoid that. I didn't think that would be a bad idea, but Google says different. One of the other things to keep in mind, at least for us in the south, is that you don't want to breed your does when it's going to be too hot. I don't know the exact temperature for that, like what's considered too hot, but from what I've heard, I believe it's like mid-80s and higher. If it's going to consistently be that high, you don't want to breed them. Mostly because your does can overheat and so can your kits, and then you're losing animals left and right because it's too hot. Something you can do instead, which I have never done before but we are going to try, is shelving. It's where you take the babies away from mom during the hot part of the day and give them back in the evening. The way that works is that mother rabbits only feed their babies twice a day, or about twice a day. Usually right at dawn and right at dusk. So if I come out at about 10 o'clock in the morning and bring the babies back at around 6 or 7, they should be good. They should be able to be fed and happy and stay out here overnight when it's nice and cool, and then just be inside during the heat of the day. So for our last breeding of the season, actually we have Kate bred already, we have Alice rebred, and we had to rebreed Margot because she didn't have the litter when she was supposed to. She should have had a litter with Alice, but she just didn't. So we rebred her. She's due in about a week and a half. So we are planning to try to shelve all 3 of those litters and just see how it goes. However, because it gets so hot, I don't want to risk the moms dying while they're still pregnant. So I'm thinking that this will be our last couple of litters until the fall when it starts cooling off again. If you have any questions relating to raising and breeding meat rabbits, you can just comment them down below or even message me on Instagram or Facebook. Both of those social links are down in the description. If you enjoyed hanging out in our little corner of YouTube today, please consider liking, sharing, or commenting down below. This just tells the YouTube algorithm that you enjoyed this video and that it should show it to other people. And it's a really non-committal way of supporting us. Now, if you feel like committing to us, you can hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and that just means you're going to get a little pop-up every time we put out a new video. If you'd like to get to know us on a little bit more personal of a level, a great way to do that is to check us out on Instagram. I post there on a daily basis. If not an actual post, then I'm updating our stories very regularly. It's a great place to see things as they're happening instead of on YouTube, where there's generally a little bit of a delay. So thank you guys for walking through the rabbit barn with me today and just kind of talking about a few things. Nothing too exciting going on. I mean, baby rabbits are always exciting, so, you know. Until we meet again. Bye, y'all.